Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this week's episode of Failing Forward. This is Hip Hop Eddie, the voice of a generation. And now your host, KILLcRey.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Failing Forward. It's your host, KILLcRey. Full name, disclosure, government, and all is Christopher Juan Reyes. You guys can call me Chris or C-Ray or whatever you want. Or you're probably not going to call me anything because chances are we will not meet. But you never know. Decide that upon meeting me. Nonetheless, thank you guys for tuning in once again. The Failing Forward podcast. I'm here. Full disclosure, I'm recording this on a Sunday just because I wanted to make a podcast. Because I told myself, I think you guys remember, I told y'all that I'm going to try to record every week. So I did. It's Sunday right now. It's Sunday night. This will be up on the internet sometime tonight. Be there fresh and warm for you in the morning to enjoy with your coffee. Your drive to work. Shout out to you for putting in the grind. You know what I mean? I know that shit is not easy. I was thinking today it's been 2 years now since I have somehow been able to be like self-sufficient off of just the hustle, my art, the various businesses that I'm trying to grow. It's been 2 years since I haven't had a boss. Very thankful about that. I think once you get past that, like this 2-year mark. Well, actually, I felt it like after the year mark. I was like, all right, I guess there's no going back. Because at this point, this is all I know how to do. You know? I was talking today with someone about the importance of like college. Because I went to college. And I just don't know if the importance is the same anymore when it comes to education and like the direction you push people into education. I think people raising kids now seem to be a little more awake to the ideas of kind of seeing where the kid's talent might go and then trying to like nurture that, you know, instead of trying to like define the talent, just kind of let it evolve and hopefully people are raising their kids like that. You know? I feel like that seems like the safest way. You'll get like the most well-rounded kid, you know? Just let them kind of like watch for their talents and then kind of nurture them. I think it's more about like the environment though, right? Like it's about creating an environment where you can give them some information, some good information, hopefully, and they can then apply it to their lives. And then in that environment that you're creating, they're able to fail and succeed without, you know, like a whole lot of repercussion, you know. It's just a good place to grow. And you know, if you raise your kids in that kind of atmosphere, I don't know if college, if you're going to be able to say 100% across the board, college is the key, because college is probably not the key for everybody. If you don't like learning in a classroom right off the bat, college is probably not for you. I'm sure there are some out-of-the-box type colleges. But, you know, who knows? I feel like, the redesigning of college needs to happen, or that business is coming to an end soon. And I went to college. So, yeah. Anyways, how was your week? I'm over here getting all deep already. I don't know why I was thinking about that. I had like some other thing to attach that to, but yeah. I guess it's just learning, man. You know? It's kind of what I want to talk about on this episode. The value of learning. The value of learning from your mistakes, your success, experience, lack thereof. I mean, you can learn a tremendous amount from the world. And if you allow yourself, you can learn a tremendous amount from yourself. But it's having those real honest conversations with yourself. For instance, one of those conversations could be, when I'm in a group of people, if people are not paying attention to me, do I feel off? You know, I'm not saying you feel bad, you feel like you want the attention. It just doesn't feel right. Like you feel the best when you're, in front of an audience and you're on. You feel good, you're laughing, you're making people laugh. Or do you like to be the person who is laughing, watching the other person? And I know those are two real generalized examples, but those tend to be two of the categories that get filled the most, So if you're like trying to get good with yourself, if you're trying to grow as a healthy person, it would be okay for you to put some thought into that. Like, why do I need those things? Why do I feel better when eyes are on me? And here's the thing. You may come to find like, wow, because I am really talented and, it's my calling. That's where I feel the most comfortable. That's fine. I'm just saying put some thought into it. Because you may come to find like, you know what? I like to make all my friends laugh at school and stuff. But outside of that talent is like giving me no joy. It's not adding to my life. Maybe it's getting me in trouble at school or, at work. I like to be that guy who with the quick comeback, but I do it to everybody. And there's people who are like above me on the chain of command or whatever. I don't know what it is that you do. I'm over here like saying like you're a SWAT person, but maybe you are. Either way, you have to examine yourself. You have to examine why you react to certain things. Because it's about learning. And if you're in for that, right? If you're down for that, because really that's the people I'm talking to. If you're not really down for that, like you don't have to keep listening. That's cool. You might have everything you need. I'm specifically talking to people who feel like I do, in that learning just like never really ends. And there's always something to examine about yourself. That's what I like to do. I like to further every conversation if I can, with the goal and the true belief in my head. I think I talked about this a little bit on the last episode when Irie was on. And shout out to Irie, by the way. The response to that podcast was amazing. You guys are amazing. I love talking to you guys because you guys are engaging and you're downloading like a motherfucker. But yeah, I'm on that right now. I feel like I've worked really hard at the different things and businesses that I've been trying to build up. Platform Collection is going to have a huge year this year. Every once in a while, the business gets into a place where you can kind of like, okay, I'm going to step away from the wheel. Everything is smooth. I can see 100 miles down. Everything looks great. And if not, we have contingency plans that work to perfection. Everything's cool. So let's build something new. Let's build another ship. I want to drive another ship. And that's where I'm at right now. I want to work as if I can only occupy the top spot, right? Like I have a top spot and I just want to work at that level, and it's hard, I don't know if any of you, like growing up, did you guys ever imagine being like the world champion? I told the story with Irie, about thinking I was going to be the high school quarterback for a minute with no real reason, just other than like, why can't I do that? I feel if I just kind of believe I could do it, I can do it. But with time, right, and experience, I've learned that is 100% true, right? The belief of whatever the end result you're desiring, the belief that you can actually do that, coupled with a great imagination. And that's why imagination is such an important thing in learning. If you can get someone to picture themselves applying the knowledge, it's a win. Most of the time people across the board learn that way. It's the part of you not being able to apply it to your reality. You know what I mean? Whether you're trying to learn math and you're like, why do I need to learn this? I don't understand. These are just numbers. There's no meaning behind these figures. If we can't put some sort of meaning behind that, it's really hard for most people, especially nowadays when they have tons of choices to learn so many different things because of the internet. It's very hard to sell the idea of learning just because. And, there's so many different philosophies on that. This is where I stand. I think hard work, I don't think I know. Hard work is a blessing all around. So anytime you can push yourself to the limits of whatever it is that you're trying to do, like if you're trying to run a marathon, why think about just trying to run the marathon when you could think about winning the marathon? Most of the time is because you can't picture yourself actually ever doing that. So the ability to picture something is usually relative to your ability to attain that thing, if that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense, right? If you can picture it, the better you can picture it, the better chance you have of creating that reality for yourself. And this is not like the secret type shit. This is the math type shit. If you can see it, your brain, your subconscious will program itself. It will be a reality. Think about anything in your life, man. That's just kind of how it works. Like if you think you're going to have something and you're convinced you're going to have something, there isn't much people can tell you. Like people can't erase that reality from you if you believe it. And it works in reverse. If you don't think you can have it, you're right. And it seems like I've almost made a full circle in like my learning process, because I've come all the way back around like where I started, like back to the basics, because now I want to master those basics. I know, look, there's a few things that I know work, right? And it's not because I've necessarily, like I came up with the ideas and I'm like, yo, this is what works. It's just that through experience and like my study of people, I've been studying people for a very long time. You guys know the podcast, how that works. I've been speaking to people at various levels of expertise my whole life. Been interviewing people pretty much my whole adult life. And I've learned a lot of different things about successful people. And so I know there's certain things that for me, you can have your opinions on them, but for me, they're bricks in the house. You know what I mean? They're not just ideas. These are actual things. So, for instance, what are those? Like some of them are small, some of them are big, some of them are very easy to do, some of them are hard. I know this. The more passion you have in the thing that you're trying to accomplish, the more excellence you'll be able to achieve in that pursuit, right? So if you're super passionate, like if all you think about is like playing video games, right? Like that's all you think about. And I mean, not like you're just sitting playing, I play video games and smoke weed all day. No, I'm talking like you're into it. You read the magazines, you're about the culture of it, you try to learn how people make them. It consumes you, right? Because you just love it so much. You can't get enough of it, right? So it starts with playing the game, and you love that so much that when you're not playing the game, you want still some sort of attachment to that. That's what leads you down the path of getting into like gaming culture and learning all the ins and outs of that. You know this, guys, because this applies to everything you do. If you can turn that passion into a way to make, and see, that's the thing. This is why I call it just a math thing. If you have that kind of passion, more than likely, right? And I know there's circumstantial things that line up, right? You could grow up in a part of the country. Well, I guess you wouldn't be gaming. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I was going to try to argue against myself, but there is no argument if you apply this to your life period, right? Now how you get to know that this is a good thing, like your access to knowledge, that's a whole nother situation, right? We know that there's places in like Haiti, Africa, South America, where it really doesn't matter. I mean, at the root of it, I guess it still does apply though, right? Because the fact that people rise from those conditions to be great people, kind of proves it, right? Yeah, it's tough, man. I know it's circumstantial, but anyways, we're talking about things that I think are bricks. That is one of those bricks. Passion over everything. Even so, when it comes to business, how do I apply that? I'm super down to work with somebody who's passionate and maybe confused about where to put that passion, like passion over everything. Like say somebody comes in and they're severely talented, but if I don't see the passion, if like the passion doesn't match the talent, I mean, that's the ideal situation, right? That their passion matches their talent. And we've seen those. That's like the Michael Jacksons, the Beatles, the Stones, Run DMC, Jay-Z, Nas, I heard Ghostface talk about Nas today on a video on YouTube, and he was just like, Nas gave Ghostface like props, right? He was talking about like somebody he was surprised that gave him props, right? They asked him that question, anybody give you props that you were surprised about? And he was like, yeah, Nas. And my knee-jerk reaction is like, what? No, like, because, he's nice. Like he's one of the greatest ever, right? He invented, such an original style, Ghost, his vernacular, his wordplay, his ability to be in a group and shine, be outside. He's up there. He's one of the greats, along with Wu-Tang. But I know because he's in Wu-Tang, scoring wise, it might drop him down a level. But I don't think that. I think Ghost is one of the best. But anyways, he was surprised that Nas said that, right? Like that Nas was giving him props. And he was like, Nas is like something else. And he's like, you understand? He's like, I know how good I am. And he's like, but you have to understand, like someone as good as me can recognize the fact that Nas is something else. And I think we all kind of know what that means. You know what I mean? Like respect to Nas. Like, yeah, he did he's like Prince. There's only been one, like Prince makes Prince music. He doesn't make like any other kind of music. It's Prince music. It's just what he does. So yeah, man, passion over everything. That's one brick. You know what? Before I get into the rest of the bricks, let's play some music. I want to play some music. Okay, so I'm going to play this song. It's called Just Now. It's by the homie Ends. And if he's listening, he's probably like, oh, because I play the shit out of this song. I think I've tagged him playing this song many times. But yeah, I just feel like this song, I know ends. I can hear his energy in this song. I feel like he just kind of blacks out energy-wise in this song. And it's like, it never doesn't, this is how I know it's a great song, because it never doesn't make me feel good. It always makes me feel good. And that's cool. To me, that's a great song. That's more than just like, damn, that's dope. It's like, that shit is spiritual. You know, no matter what the song's about, like when you're just like, it's like an energy thing. When you hear it, that means something. You know what I mean? And I've always been a fan of those songs over any other type. And that's just, that's what we're doing here on this show. So yeah, this is Ends, and this is Just Now. We'll be right back with some more bricks.
Just now I turned up real hard and saw the vision. Just now pulling up with my homies correctly. Just now you found out, but we've been killing lately. Just now they just tried to duplicate and they sound crazy. Just now you found out that we all represent the juice. Just now you found out about the crazy shit we do. Just now you found out she kicked it wet and got our blues. Oh, you just now forgot about the dudes that would do. Just now I become your favorite rapper. He gon' toss my mixtape out the window cause he jealous. I don't know what's wrong with him, I'm sticking to my business. Never satisfied, just don't want you to forget this. Homie rolling up, top shelf only. You know Kevin F, that's my right hand homie. Dave Allen to my left, cooking like Chef Boyardee. My team work hard and we just wanna put on for the city. What are you concerned of? This is LGCLTV. Yes, we are the best and you can't fuck with my committee. Can't pick up the phone right now, I'm in another city. You're in another state, on tour with my friends. E-N-D-Z, spell that shit like it's easy. Do not fuck with basic shit, you cannot smile as breezy. I just wanna know if OC ready for the real me. Y'all make all kinds of music just as long as they all feel it. Just now I turned up real hard and saw the vision. Just now pulling up with my homies correctly. Just now you found out, but we've been killing lately. Just now they just tried to duplicate and they sound crazy. Just now you found out that we all represent the juice. Just now you found out about the crazy shit we do. Just now you found out she kicked it wet and got our blues. Oh, you just now forgot about the dudes that would do. Just now you predicted I've been acting different. No, I cannot kick it, I am on a mission. If you out there tricking, just know time is ticking. When it comes down to it, you are dying or you. I'm reaping benefits, planting seeds with it. Cruising in the whip, don't trip, what kind of car you see me in? Still on your radar, trying to get to the Caribbean. Money ain't shit, but I'm still trying to reach a million. Owe it to myself at the just now. All love, if you hate, then you bug out. I came in the game and I patiently waited to hit a home run at the dugout. You write a rap song and you tough now. DJ, play my shit for the tough crowd. Let it rain on the fake as you pay me respect for the way that I pay my dues now. You can live dreams to apply yourself daily. Stop making excuses, one day they gon' drive you crazy. So odd, rooted family and streets raised me. And shout out to the 90s, that's where all this shit came from. Just now I turned up real hard and saw the vision.
Yeah, that's my boy Ends. Shout out to LGC TV. You know what I mean? Yeah, locally grown collective. Those are the homies. But yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like a song like that, like just, I don't know. You might be like, yeah, I don't like that song. Whatever. I'm just trying to tell you. That shit makes me feel that way. There's some passion behind that shit. So anyways, let's move on with some bricks. Another one of those things is always give more than you expect. I feel like that's like a universal one. Like, and I think this is where people get that fucked up. I know a lot of people would do like a bunch of shit for free, right? But they don't have the ability to like like shoo away that thought of, yeah, but I still want something for this, or like, I hope this pays off. Like, I think there's something to be said about being in the giving moment, being in that energy of like, I'm just doing this because I believe in this, and whatever comes out of it is great, because I'm doing something that I truly believe in, and for whatever reason, it's worthwhile, because that's the only things you should be doing anyways, right? Just stuff that you believe in. So I feel that's another one when it comes to being a person who is continuously learning. The reason I feel like I'm able to do that is because I like giving, and there's tons of philosophy and psychology stuff attached to this, right? Like I love giving because it feels good. That's the biggest thing. Is it because it feels good? I am feeling good when I am doing it. Now, are there deeper things attached to that? Yeah, because I choose to do the things that are deeper, right? Some people might just be like, because here's the thing. If you're a millionaire and every day you walk around the street just giving out $100 bills to people you think might need it, that's dope. And if you're just like, I do that because I'm balling and like I'm flossing on all these people, whatever. You're still giving. Yeah, still giving. It's still probably going to do some great for people. It might not do that great for you because the feelings attached to that, you're not maximizing that. Because if you just like kind of checked yourself and you were like, nah, man, I'm going to give these every $100 bill I pass out. The only kind of energy or thought I'm going to put behind that is that I hope this makes somebody smile. And that's it. And then walk away from it. You don't need more than that. And trust me, the payoff to that is so much greater. It's so much greater than like having any expectation out of that. Like, oh man, I wanted people to hug me and, blah, blah, blah. That's why it's tough, man. It's tough being in the entertainment business because part of the job is to put things on display, right? I feel, if I do this job correctly, I'm providing a service to you in that you're able to check out of your day if need be, and maybe have a conversation in your mind, join in this conversation somehow. I believe all those things are important. So that's the service. What comes out of this is not the thing I ever thought of. And I remember getting into philosophical disagreements with people that I worked with early on about that. Like there's people who, because here's the thing too, is all you have to do, okay, look, there's a few routes you can take doing podcasts, right? Hopefully you can flip your whatever it is that you talk about, right? Like maybe your curation of topics and guests, and that coupled with your personality and your consistency nowadays can translate into to success in other mediums, right? Like you could get a TV show if you're really killing it. Look at Mark Maron, right? Mark Maron, stand-up comedian, who was maybe on not necessarily because he was successful, but he wasn't where he wanted to be career-wise. And then he was able to have a podcast that opened up his ideas and his personality to a larger audience. Then they were able to take that and flip that into something, right? I mean, even in our in circles that that we're familiar with, Mike Eagle, Open Mike Eagle. If people might not know that, he has multiple projects TV wise going, and that kind of grew out of his podcast and people getting to know. So there's definitely roots, right? Or routes. I think if you go into podcasting and your only goal is to like make money or get famous, I'm just saying there's way easier ways than doing it through podcasting. You know what I mean? And then there's people who can pull it off, but it's very rare that people who are doing that give a better product than somebody who is super passionate about it, right? Have you guys ever heard of Nardwuar? Like, Google Nardwuar if you never heard of him. People who have heard of him, you know what I mean. Like, his interview style is obviously, like, him interviewing artists. Once you watch his interview, you know that it's his passion. Because there's no way somebody would interview people like that. And it's Nardwar, Nardwuar. And you'll see he's interviewed tons of people. He's really big in like the hip hop scene. If you do know who I am talking about, then you get it. But yeah, man, passion. That's a super dope thing, especially when it's mixed with giving. So like Nardwuar feels like he wants the people who watch his show to enjoy it at a master level. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to tap your enjoyment at a master level. And that takes work, and he does that because he has passion. Because he has passion, he dedicates every moment he can to that passion. That puts in reps. Because he puts in reps, he gets really good at what he's doing. Because he gets really good at what he's doing, he rises to the top. And then at the top, his reach expands and he's able to do more and more and blah, blah, blah. You guys get it. Bricks, right? So give more than you expect to receive. That's always a big one. And the other one is just honesty, man. Like, I think it's way easier for me to sit down with an artist and say, I really like your music. But it is not what we're doing at Platform Collection. And what I'll usually do is like take it a step farther and be like, here is a place maybe you can send it. Because we're doing like this very specific thing. Because occasionally I'll get music that's really good. But it's like it's not within the genres that we're familiarizing ourselves with. You know what I mean? Like, there's other genres that we're dipping into as hip hop evolves, right? But we're still hip hop rooted. So occasionally people will send in music that doesn't fit that. And I think it's cool to try to give like some honest help. Or even honest, because that's the thing, man. Like, I don't know how I feel about like critics in general. I'm an artist, so there's times where I feel like critics look like the honest critic is someone who understands where the artist would like this music to be played. At the very least, I've always thought that. Like, that's a real easy way to decide whether or not you will make a good critic. Can you conceive of the music that you're reviewing? Like, can you conceive of the place that artist would like that music to be played? And if so, are the people there where that music is being played, do they like that music in this imaginary thing? And then that's how you attack it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the responsibility, I think we're evolved enough as a people to know that everybody isn't making music for everyone, right? So we know that. There's genres for a reason. There's genres within genres, and there's genres that are lacking. Because it gets deep. Music is spiritual. People seem to be so afraid of like chopping up pieces of the pie and handing it out and just letting it be. Be happy with your piece, you know? And I think we'll see like things grow way more when, like we can have more honest conversations. Like, do you not like a certain type of hip hop because, what it represents? And if that is the case, how much of what it represents have you looked into? Like, I think those conversations need to happen. It's okay to just not like something, though. You know, that's okay too. Like, yeah, I don't like the rhythm of it. I don't like the cadences. I don't like whatever it is. You know, I can't relate to it. That's usually what it is, though, right? Like, I can't relate to it. I can't picture myself playing this music, so I won't play it. I can't find a place to put this in my life. Because otherwise, if you can, then you should try to fill each part of your life with, like, different vibes, man. You know, like, try to find a bunch of good vibes, because there's a bunch of great vibes. But yeah, man, anyways, I got off topic. Honesty. Always deal honest. I think it's one of I can say this, if I had to say what has been the most, or the biggest thing that led to the most success that I've found so far, and it has been honesty. Honesty, if you're an honest person, people can depend on you, and that's super important when it comes to people investing in you. Let me say that again. Honest equals dependability equals investable, because you want to invest in the most dependable product. You want to invest in the most dependable people, right? Like the most dependable mate. You're going to give that person the most energy because you feel they're the most dependable. It's just a brick. It's one of those bricks in the universe. Those are those things that I think when you apply them to the conversations in your head on what will make me successful, what won't, I think if you start with those bricks, passion over everything, right? Honesty, this all goes in, this all is a part of you accepting yourself as a person who wants to continue to learn, right? That's where we're at. Again, I just want to reiterate that, because you might be like, this is bullshit. I already know. Okay, well, it's not for you. But yeah, you want to have all these bricks that I've talked about. We don't have to go over. You want to have all these bricks, because I feel like that's the best place you can jump off. And how I arrived to that point was through years of experimentation. Some voluntarily, some not. But I do know in my life, when I apply those things, they're absolutely true. And here's a small one. Man, this one's so crazy, guys. And I know it's like tons of people have talked about this. This is not like, it's so crazy because it's so basic. It's so basic, and it's so crazy how little of us do this. It's, I don't know if it's just, I know what it is. For most of us, this is my opinion. And I'm talking about writing things down. It's not like a mind blower. I think if you guys are familiar with like, I don't know, every author ever, when it comes to like self-help or, building working on yourself, it's about writing things down is a very important part. And that is definitely something that we've been conditioned to do. So is it possible typing things down for the new generation is equivalent? I say yes. I know there's people who disagree with that, but I say yes, because I think it's the same learning capacity. In fact, it's probably quicker. You probably remember way more on your keyboard than when you're just writing down with a pencil. There's only one option. It's write. Where on the keyboard, there's tons of options. So, it can get deep. It can get deep. That's a whole nother show. Y'all don't want me on that. You don't want me on that. You don't want to see me on that one. But yeah, so for whatever, like, at least I would say if you're 25 and under, writing has been drilled into your head since you were a very young kid. The reason that is cursive and learning your ABCs and blah, 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 that part wasn't just thrown out at you. That part is psychologically, it is repetition is the best way to learn, right? So, can that be argued? No, that can be. You do something a bunch of times, it is the best way to learn. It is learning through action, through visualization. It's learning by stamping your brain with these actions so that they become repetitive habits. The people who are able to do that, right? Whether it's throwing a baseball, whether it's writing a rap, whether it's freestyling, the amount of time you put into that. And here's the thing, like I know some really good freestylers, right? I've said this many times, Rick Scales, Kali, and my crew, the Fresh State, excellent off the top of the head. But they are always rapping. And whether it's in their head, whether they hear a beat, they're always rapping. And that's why, it's math, and that's the thing. It's not like they have to like stand in front of a mirror and picture themselves and all that. I'm sure that would make them even doper though. I will volunteer that. I think that would. I don't know if they do that or not. I'm not saying they don't. But I would think if you could visualize yourself doing it as you're doing it in your head, yeah, of course. You'll be even doper. Like you're putting in more time. There's more reps happening. So back to writing things down. If you write things down very specifically, like your goals, man, and I'm trying to not sound, as a Rosh would say, woo-woo. I guess that, this isn't magic to me. It's just science. Like, if you're going to look into this, don't look into this through, like, the channels of, like, self-help. Look through it through the channels of, like, medical science and studies of the brain. And especially if you're, like, a skeptic, I think I'm kind of a natural skeptic. I like to test things many times before I say their truth to me. So, yeah, I would go through it that way if you're one of those people. I don't know. You'll figure. See, I'm over here. You guys know I have a habit of doing that. I'm trying to explain to you how to live your lives. Just do, if you're taking part in this experiment called the Failing Forward podcast, do that, right? Let's have fun with it. But yeah, so writing things down is a must. There's been times where I didn't do it enough. I'm really on it right now. I got a bunch of writing to do right after this. Goals for tomorrow. And it's one of those things where you don't see immediate payoff. So again, I repeat, you don't see immediate payoff. 99% of you will not see immediate payoff if you just start writing things down tomorrow, like your goals. You get up in the morning, this is the most important thing I need to do today. And again, remember, I'm sure this can apply to your everyday life, but I'm talking about people who have goals. I'm talking about people who want to live a life that's constantly evolving in a positive way, so that's as broad as I can be. Mostly what I'm talking about is people pursuing their dreams, trying to figure out a way to monetize their dreams, that kind of stuff. That's who I'm mostly talking to right now. Making a living off your passion. Man, that's such a touchy subject with a lot of people. But I don't feel like talking about that right now. Anyways, write things down. It's repetition. And this is what I have found, right? It's just, as you write stuff down, again, like it feels so basic when you're explaining it, but you know what? I am going to explain it because I think if we all thought it was this easy, we would probably all be doing it because we all kind of know, right? Like, yeah, that does make sense. Write shit down over and over again. Read it every day. have goals, make systems. It'll maximize your time, if anything, right? Like once you apply it to the amount of energy you're putting out, if you have a list of where to put that energy every day, yeah, you're going to be working at your maximum energy because you're not wasting anything. That, again, math. So write shit down. That's the easiest way to tap into all of that, you know. So if you're like, how, you know, where do I start? Write goals. It's really dope. What can I tell you to read? You know what? I know. I don't know. You know what? I know. I don't know why I didn't just say this at the beginning. Because there's a bunch of books on like the stuff that I'm talking about, but I think you can. I just saw it the other day too. I think it's on YouTube. It's Think and Grow Rich, right? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, Think and Grow Rich. I'm not like dude. Here's the thing. I'm not like Napoleon Hill. That's right. It just came to me. Napoleon Hill. He wrote Think and Grow Rich. It's like an old book, but the reason it stood the test of time is because it talks about a lot of these like bricks that I'm talking about, where some of the greatest minds on the planet agree that a lot of the elements of this book are things that they apply. Dude was a very expressive and he was an expressive dude, and he was able to like there's recordings of him speaking, you know, and he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, and sorry, I'm just reading this thing. Yeah. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. What I was saying is that he was able to communicate a lot of these very complex ideas in a very simple way. It was really easy for me to read his book. I've listened to the audiobook a few years back. It's something that I've always kind of applied. A lot of the tenets in it are things that I've applied. And it's weird too, man, because there was like a year where I was like, wait, did I read that book? Because you read so many books that honestly take from these ideas. Like, you'll see what I mean. If you listen to it, just go to YouTube. I think it's the audio is there. And if you have YouTube Red like I do, well, it's tight. I'm not saying much more. They don't pay for the show. But my sponsors do. And if you don't know who that is, that's Stay Illuminated. Go over to stayilluminated.com right now. Type in Crappy Awesome at checkout. Free shipping anywhere in the known multiverse. That last part, I am not 100% sure. But Crappy Awesome, free shipping. Stay Illuminated is super dope. Why should you buy from them? Well, I'll tell you why. Because this independent lifestyle brand has some brand new merch dropping very soon. I know you're like, oh, that one's easy. No, but I'm serious. Like, the new season's coming, and it's going to be dope. You should check it out. They just keep evolving as a brand. They just keep impressing me over and over again. Their designs are all shit where I'm like, yeah, I'll wear that. You know, that's rare from, like, I'm not like, yeah, who am I talking? I'm not like the fashion guy, but you know what I mean. I like it. It's really dope. StayIlluminated.com. Crappy Awesome at checkout. You know what I mean? We're going to come back with some news. Those are some bricks, man. Keep learning. You know, whatever it is you do, just keep learning, man. It's been a crazy journey to get to a point where I know I have so much more to learn. Because sometimes you can get stagnant, right? And learning what being stagnant is a very important thing. Because a lot of people don't know. You don't know. You're feeling good. It seems like it's success. It seems like you're pushing forward. But you have to ask yourself, how much are you being challenged? Because that's usually a surefire sign of you becoming stagnant. That's another thing I just kind of learned along the way. And again, another tenet that many experts have spoken about all over the world And I just kind of learned it by failing at a bunch of shit. So I'm telling you, it's absolutely true. And then I read about it, you know, and I was like, oh shit, there's a lot of people that see that. So yeah, Think and Grow Rich. That's a great place to start. YouTube it. I think you can just listen to it on there. There's a bunch of stuff. You can even, just listen to it. It's good. And yeah, man, we'll be right back with some news. I'm going to play some more music right now, though. This is my homie, Chesky. And this is one of those songs where it's a hip-hop artist. Like Chesky is like they call him folk hop. He said he was cool with that, I think. I don't know. I think he was. If you're not Chesky, my bad. But yeah, because it is kind of, he makes folk music. He really does. He makes working class, like American folk music. But he's a hip hop dude, and he wrote this one song that is not very hip hoppy at all. So I apologize. But when I heard it, I was like, yo, I'm a fan. Because I heard it after I heard him spit like the nicest 16 bars that I had heard in a while. And then I heard him sing this song, and I was like, okay, dude does a lot of shit. This dude's got to be deep. And later I found out he is. He's a good friend, a guy I really, really respect in the business. And he's a good dude. He's just a good dude, you know? I'm going to have him on here soon. I think I'm going to call him while he's on tour and have him on. And maybe we could talk about some of those bricks and the bricks that he laid down in his life as a foundation. So, yeah, but this is Chesky, and it's one of my all-time favorite songs. It's one of his fans' all-time favorite songs. I've heard people get, like, actually married to this, which is crazy, but it's called Frank Propose. And this is the homie Chesky. I'll be right back.
You should have married her when you had the chance on that Saturday. Proposed with that pink plastic ring that came inside of a box of Safeway cornflakes deep down in Westo. Fuck you, Frank Falls. For being alone, you won't find friends like that again. Time tends to swell, leaving you dry. And sure, you should have married her when you had the chance to have married her. When you had the chance to have married her.
Yeah. Listen to this part.
Why are there people like Frank? Why is there so much trouble in this world?
Chesky's crazy, motherfucker, boy. But yeah, shout out to Chesky. That was Frank Propose. I love that song, man. I always felt like, I don't know. There's something really dope about it. It's as the homie Mike Eagle would say, it's a whimsical. It's whimsical. Yeah, man, let's get into some news, though. Torn from the headlines of my Google app. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on it. Let's see. Let's jump into this right now. Let's start with some entertainment news, because that's where I like to start. Let's see. Kylie Jenner steps out for the first time since giving birth. Oh, she already gave birth? I thought she just got pregnant. Man, my pop culture game is whack. How I miss a Jenner birth? Tell me. Nobody called. I thought I had the exclusive on Crappy Awesome. Shout out to Baby Stormy. Baby Stormy? It's kind of weird. I'm sorry. I'm over here like enjoying the article. But yeah, she She's walking around. She survived pregnancy. Oh, I'm just. If that was me, I don't know. Stormy. Wait, Stormy? No, it's not her. Did I say? Yeah, Stormy. Dude. That's as I flip to world news because I just can't take entertainment news anymore. There's nothing in there worth reading. Good God. This is how out of the loop of the real world the Kardashians are, is Trump, our president, there's accusations of him paying off a mistress by the name of Stormy Daniels. In this day, right? And that's been in the news for, a good year now. And Kylie, and it's not even Tigger, right? It's I don't even, good God. I know it's not Tigger because he's already moved on. Travis Scott, that's what it is. Shout out to Travis. He's a dope producer, man. No disrespect to Travis Scott. But yeah, like, dude, I mean, Travis Scott and Kylie are sitting there and they're like, what should we name our kid? What would be a good name? Stormy. I feel like that name is familiar. Should we look it up? Should we Google Stormy and make sure there's nothing like embarrassing or... Yeah, so you know where I'm going with that. Crazy. People read the news at least a little bit, even if just to know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, what are these motherfuckers trying to fool us with this week? I don't want to be out there being fooled the whole time, and I didn't know because I didn't read that the whole time. Skinny jeans were whack. Trump introduced skinny jeans or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Let's see. World news. Oh, Trump is going to unveil it said he's going to unveil a long-awaited $1.5 trillion infrastructure, right? We're in debt. So probably print some more money, I guess, right? That's how that works. Did you guys see this thing where Vice President Pence was at, he's at the Olympics, right? Because Trump always sends him to go do the bitch work. Like, go play. Go outside and play. Just stay where I can see you. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere too far. So he's at the Olympics where all the cameras are at. And this dude is so North Korea, Kim Jong-un, Kim Jong, what, who I'm talking about. His sister was sent to represent the country there. I was I don't know why. Because he's a god, because people think he's a god in his country. So he sent his godly sister there to be his representative, because both Koreas, in case he didn't know this, are participating in the games together. It's a big deal. People weren't expecting that. America for sure is not happy about that. Because what I think is happening is South Korea and North Korea are getting together and going hey, this motherfucker is trying to get us to destroy ourselves. Fuck that. You know what I mean? They could just take it around the back of the woodshed and have it out and figure it out that way. What do we need U.S. in there? Anyways, they set the vice president right in front of her, off to the left a little bit. And this fool did not turn around. He didn't give her a handshake when he walked in. They walked in at the same time. It's a big deal. You know what I mean? These are the leaders of these countries, allegedly. And, they're sitting next to each other. You're supposed to at least be hey, how's it going? Not don't talk to me. Don't look at he would literally there's no way he enjoyed the games. He just looked pissed fuck. Fuck, they sent me next to my ex, that kind of feeling. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck, at the wedding. And she's here with her boyfriend. That kind of feeling. That's the face he had all over the Olympics. So, again, we continue to look great to the world. God bless America. Man. Oh, shit. NASA is keeping tabs on Elon Musk's... Did you guys see this thing? So they went to SpaceX. shot a fucking Tesla into space. Because why not? Why not? It's Elon Musk's rocket. It's his car. Do whatever the fuck he wants. Sending it off into space. Just imagine if the aliens are out there, right? I mean, they are. I just say that out of politeness to you guys. So I don't want you guys to get bent out of shape. But so say the aliens are out there and they're like this way smarter species. And then they're sitting there one day and they're like, oh shit, they're shooting off this primitive rocket. What could it be for? Maybe are they trying to communicate with us? Is this a step in the direction of coming together universally? What is the message? What could this mean? And then it's just like a rocket with a Tesla on the front, like with there's like a dummy astronaut in. I know if you guys don't know this, I know this probably sounds crazy, but this is what it is. There's a rocket in space going towards Mars. I think it's just gonna satellite Mars for a while. Until it crashes or something. There's really no purpose to it. He just wanted to put a Tesla on Mars because they're testing out this rocket. I mean, that's the purpose, right? They're testing out this rocket that apparently eventually will be able to come back or something. I don't know. But nonetheless, if you're this alien race and you're like, oh, yeah, these guys are dumb as fuck. They pasted a car to a rocket, shot it out into space. Don't they know you can't? There's no roads here. There's no freeways. What is the point of this thing? There's not even any gas stations. I mean, it's a Tesla, so I guess you technically plug in, and I guess they probably would have some sort of power source. But the adapters, there's no way they sent the right adapter for that thing. Fucking shit. Just, I don't know. It's crazy. I'm telling you, this is, you guys feel me, right? Like, this is definitely the Matrix. We're in it. If you listen to this show, you know we are. Good God. We're trying to get out, though. We're going to find a way. I'm finding a way. I don't know about you guys. I'll definitely leave plans. I'll send postcards back with plans on how to get out. If you're not, if you want to just see me go first, like, oh, I'm going to try to figure it out first. And then if you get it, call me. I'm cool with that, man. You know what I mean? Somebody's got to do it. I'm escaping the Matrix. And I'm going to play some more music right now. And then I'll be back. Usually I've been playing 3 songs. I'll play 4. So I'm going to play some music right now. And then I'll be back, man. Yeah. Failing Forward Podcast. StayIlluminated.com. Go now. Crap be awesome.
Downtown with the lights down low. Ain't no telling what tonight might go. Will I ever wake up? I don't know. But if I do, I want you to shoot me up, 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 shoot me up.
Call your pops, tell them wire is some money, baby. I get a job and I'll pay him back tomorrow, maybe. Not, yeah, shoot me up, take a shot, share a needle and fuck. This is how we rock, yeah. I can never stop, I can never get enough. Pop another pill, sniff, take another puff. Are we happily in love or is it just lust? The only time we get along is when we're getting fucked up, for real. They say we bad for each other, forget rehab. I ain't trying to fucking recover. Tell your mother I can quit whenever I choose to. I don't need that dumb bitch and that Dr. Drew dude. You can do you, I'ma do guess who? Yes, me. I can shoot a balloon and make it look sexy. It's a hard rock life, I live it out of focus. Looking for a vein to spike before I'm dope sick.
Downtown with the lights down low. Ain't no telling what tonight might go. Will I ever wake up? I don't know. But if I do, I want you to shoot me up, 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 shoot me up.
The Pharaoh
king, hot like heroin, blowing money arrogant. I'm so American. We can acquire a range of things, turn veins and syringes to angel wings. So kids just say no or just stick with blow. It took my brother away, the H ate his soul, kickstart his heart. Too late, he's gone. Show him love in a song like I must go on. Fuck around, I'll be chilling down in heroin town. Willimantic CT is where I'm usually found. Get busy like Debbie, Harry, bury your nose in it. Don't bother fixing your hair, don't worry, it goes with it. It seemed like a long shot, as soon as the song drop, you'll see fiends bringing iPods to pawn shops. Shoot me up, I'm Biggie, shoot me up, I'm 50. A needle in the vein to the heart of the city. I'm
Downtown with the lights down low. Ain't no telling what tonight might go. Will I ever wake up? I don't know. But if I do, I want you to shoot me up, 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 shoot me up.
That's the Get Busy Committee. That's Apathy, Ryu, Scoop DeVille in a group. And you're like, what? Some of you are not up on that. Most of you are not up on that. That's one of those things, man. Oh, man. Scoop, Apathy, Ryu, do it again. Right now, it's time. Look, if y'all knew how much people like their marketing campaigns and the way they do their artwork to like the shows, like if you knew how many people stole or borrowed or evolved the idea from Get Busy Committee, like research Get Busy Committee. Hopefully their website's still up. I don't even know if it's still up. Let me check. It might be. As I check that though, I can multitask and tell you that I just saw in the news, one good entertainment thing is that Black Star is coming back. That's super dope. Mos Def, Talib Kweli announced today that they're releasing a record. And that's super dope. Especially because I thought Mos Def was retired. But what are you going to do? It's he's not done. Maybe he just doesn't want to do solo shit anymore. You know what I mean? If you think about it, his solo shit, he went out there. Yasin Bey was another type of dude for a long time. And it might have changed him, and maybe whatever he dealt with as a solo artist, he was just like, yeah, I'm good. I want to be around people now. And Talib is, Talib has had some controversy himself, but mostly about things like he says or thinks or the way he handles shit. It seems like that's what it's attached to. And I'm talking out of my ass, Talib, because I don't know what it is that people get mad at you about. I don't care. I'm just a fan of the music. Yeah, man, it doesn't look like Get Busy Committee's, damn, it's not up anymore. But, oh man, but there is a lot of stuff on here about it. So yeah, man, and they're on Spotify. Check out Get Busy Committee. I think they released 2 records, and then they went about their merry ways. I mean, this is pre-Scoop's, like really, really big hits. Like it was happening for him actually, as he was doing this, and they had this really cool Apathy, right? I mean, these are real spitters. Scoop is, like he's a real producer. Like this is, and they made this really playable music in that it had a lot of melody, had a lot of old samples. It took you to a time of cocaine Hollywood and XXX lifestyle, but it was cool because it was very tongue-in-cheek. It was very smart, and it does not get the credit that it deserves. The whole Get Busy Committee catalog. And one day I'm going to interview all 3 of them because I need to have that. I've talked to Scoop already. I've talked to Apathy. I talked to all of them separately, but not together. So, yeah, man. Also, if you guys want to check out my other show, Crappy Awesome, most of you guys are getting this because you subscribe to Crappy Awesome, but just in case you're not, if you're listening to this on like Spotify or TuneIn or something like that, just know that we just released a Noah James interview that is fire. Noah James is one of those artists who's and he's like, he really is on fire though. Like it's happening for him right now. The Big Happening. Yo, that could be his new nickname, The Big Happening. But what I mean by The Big Happening is, he's getting success in creating art, and the light at the end of this tunnel anyways is very, very bright, and he's starting new chapters. So the world is about to hear about Noah James, and we had a dope interview. He's a really good friend of mine. Shout out to his queen, Lisa J, and shout out to Noah. Crappy Awesome. Go to platformcollection.com right now, and you can check it out there. Please check out that site and all the artists connected to that. I am the editor at large over there. You can find this podcast, though, at KILLcRey.com, or just subscribe to Crappy Awesome, and you get it anyways, because it's a part of Crappy Awesome. Crappy Awesome presents. So yeah, go KILLcRey.com. Check out. I have like a new gallery there with a lot of my new photos and some of my favorite photos. Really, all of those at some point I would love to turn into shirts or some kind of clothing, something you guys can rock. So go there, check it out, leave your opinions. Let me know if you want to see any of those on t-shirts. And I also have a store there too where you can purchase some of that stuff. Like I got t-shirts of some of my work, and I'm only doing limited runs because it's I just want to get them out. So yeah, go there, check them out. Everything's really reasonable. Yeah, man. So I got to check in with you on a Sunday. So far I've recorded every week, even though this is coming out technically tomorrow, which is a new week, but I'm giving you another one in the week. Yeah, so I'm just trying to keep this consistent. You know what I'm saying, guys. Today we learned about learning. Or maybe you didn't learn shit. Maybe we just been hanging out. I like that. That's a good jump off point. We're just hanging out. Just a conversation. Me, you, and the universe. Let me know how you guys like this. Let me know if there's anything that you want to talk about in particular. I think what I'm going to do too is, somebody gave me an idea the other day. They said they were listening to the show and they would have loved to drop their 2 cents. And if there was a way they could do that without disrupting the show. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just have like a voicemail, like a Google voicemail or a Skype voicemail, right? I'm going to look into that. And then if you guys want to add your 2 cents to anything, I'll play it back. I'll play back every one of them. You know I will. I give no fucks about that. So send them in. Send in your comments. Any comments having to do with the show, just hashtag it failingForward. I do own that hashtag. That's mostly me. Mostly. So yeah, just hashtag it failingForward. Or just tag me at KILLcRey, KILLcRey on everything. .com, Twitter, Insta all in the face. Man, we'll see you guys next week, which is technically tomorrow. So I'll see you very soon. I'm going to go outside, have a smoke. We'll come back next week and keep going at this, pushing forward, failing forward, changing, evolving. Like the last song, like the artist of the last song I'm going to play right now. This is KILLcRey. She's like a huge star now. She's like a pop sensation. I would call her that, definitely. But at one time, she came from like the underground. She was about that life. And then she just decided to do this other stuff. And that's all right. Let's learn. Let's evolve. You know what I'm saying? She got bars, though. Don't trip. See you next week. K-Flay.
Playing solitaire in restaurants, boundaries I'm testing them. No one's really watching, still I sense that I've been messing up. Human, but by day I'm feeling like I'm less of one. Set on my best friend's presence, yet I'm disappointing everyone. Got no direction, someone summon or Epheron. Beer bongs out, I learned the capital of Lebanon. Basically we're Lennon John, young and dead and gone. Whiskey tipsy, keep on slipping, don't know which end of the bed I'm on. Calories, Valerie's in my smoking on Cali weed. How can you complain when you've made up all your realities? Ballerinas balancing, validating maladies, barfing up their salad greens, par for Mr. Balance Sheen. I text a lot of boys, but I rarely fuck them, ducking clouds, breaking down. Got my head up in an oven, shut my mouth, blacking out. Yeah, my brain is fucking bludgeoned, though I've had my doubts. I know my stuff is straight disgusting, and I mean that in the best way. Flipping shit like burgers or fake furs or a sex change, right on to the next phase. Got my buddies in the back seat, don't like what I do, then get your lips up off my ass cheek. Stones in my pockets, lost and confused, cold and forgotten. Yeah, that's me. I try to look alive, but I'm half asleep. I got action issues. Stones in my pockets, lost and confused, cold and forgotten. Yeah, that's me. I try to look alive, but I'm half asleep. Baby's got a nosebleed, talking to a lead pipe. Strangers think they know me. Photos on my best side, fit into my old jeans. Haven't eaten in like 3 days. You say I'm looking sick. Well, shit, you're dead right. Father's vices, but my mama's heart. So I've been feeling like penitent a million nights, sipping on these Miller Lights, wishing it was back to mashing after class and pillow fights. Feeling violated, so I memorized the Bill of Rights. Kids I grew up with, perspective busted, and now like half of them are fat. That's fucking justice. Swear I'm on the cusp of something great. At least I hope I am. Trying to get a couple butts to shake till I'm broke again. Compliments, they're never sinking in. I'm drinking gin and wondering why every night I bend over the sink again. Thinking I'm in love, so my iris has been twinkling. But he don't feel the same, guess I'm permanently single then. My anxiety been fucking with me awfully. Should I be taking medications, doctor? Probably. Tummy's bum, need an endoscopy. Wanted everything under the sun. Guess I'll settle for some Foster's freeze. But life's gravy. I'm trying to find a man and hop in his Mercedes. I'm on no ways, been turning into maybes. I thought I told you I was fucking crazy.